Have you ever faced a door slammed shut in your face only to find it was the best thing that could have happened to you? This is a question we all ponder at some point, and yet the answer often lies in how we react to rejection. In today's video, we are diving deep into the art of turning the tables on rejection, inspired by none other than the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Imagine living in a world where every no doesn't hold you back but propels you forward. Rejection, a word that often stings, can instead become your stepping stone to greatness. It's not about tricking fate, but understanding that sometimes the universe's no is merely a hidden yes to something greater. Are you feeling overlooked, ignored, or undervalued? It's time to flip the script. In this video, we'll unpack 13 powerful lessons that teach you how to harness the power of rejection. These aren't just abstract concepts. These are real, practical strategies that you can apply to your daily life. But before we jump in, let's make sure this wisdom reaches as many as possible. Hit that like button and ring the notification bell. It helps the channel grow and brings more content like this directly to you. Now let's get started on this transformative journey together. Ready to turn your rejections into your greatest victories? Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Ignore them too. When life hands you the cold shoulder of indifference, don't shrink back, rise above it. Ignoring those who ignore you isn't petty, it's a powerful statement of your self-worth. Imagine this: someone decides you're not worth their time, but here's the thing, that's their loss, not yours. By choosing not to engage, you're sending a silent yet powerful message: I am worth more. It's like turning a mirror towards them, silently reflecting their behavior and showing them you're unaffected. Now, how do you do this without losing yourself in bitterness? Simple. Focus on your life, your goals, your happiness. Dive into activities that enrich you, whether it's reading, learning a new skill, sports, or simply enjoying the company of those who truly value you. This isn't about getting back at someone. It's about reclaiming your energy and investing it where it matters. Sometimes it stings when someone ignores us. But instead of dwelling on that pain, use it as fuel for growth. Build a fortress of self-respect and let their indifference bounce off it. You're not just surviving their rejection, you're thriving despite it. This approach doesn't just demonstrate emotional maturity, it's a testament to your inner strength. Remember, your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Stay true to yourself and let your actions speak louder than their silence. Lesson 2. Don't react emotionally. Rejection can sting, and in that moment, it's easy to let your emotions run wild. You might feel the urge to react, to let frustration, anger, or sadness take control. But here's a secret weapon from the Stoic playbook: calmness. When someone brushes you off, it's tempting to let those emotions take the driver's seat. But Stoicism, a philosophy as relevant today as it was in ancient Greece, offers a different path. It suggests that you should embrace a composed, thoughtful response. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. Instead, it's about not letting your emotions control you. When you're ignored, instead of getting upset or seeking validation, take a step back. Ask yourself, why is this bothering me? Often, it's not the rejection itself, but our own insecurities that hurt the most. This is where the power of Stoic reflection comes in. Take a deep breath. Reflect on why this moment isn't defining you. It's just that, a moment. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our actions and responses, not on others' behaviors, so stay polite, stay kind. If you feel like reaching out, do so with genuine concern, not expectation. This approach isn't about being passive, it's about mastering your emotions. It's recognizing that your self-worth isn't tied to others' approval. Your power lies in how you respond, not in how others treat you. That's a game changer. Adopting this mindset isn't easy, but it's transformative. When you master calmness in the face of rejection, you're not just handling a tough situation. You're growing. You're learning that your inner peace doesn't depend on external validation. Over time, you learn to value yourself independently. This doesn't just show real strength, it makes you incredibly attractive. People are drawn to those who are self-assured, those who don't crumble at the first sign of indifference. So, by staying calm, you're not just coping with rejection, you're thriving. You're becoming someone who can face rejection and turn it into a stepping stone for personal growth. This is the Stoic way. Lesson 3. Remove them from your mind. When faced with rejection, one of the most powerful tools you can use is the art of detachment. This isn't about forgetting or pretending the rejection didn't sting. It's about channeling that experience into something transformative. The Stoics knew that emotions are not to be ignored or suppressed. They are meant to be understood and used for growth. Start by acknowledging the rejection. Feel its impact, but don't let it anchor your thoughts. Like a skilled sailor navigating through rough seas, use the waves of rejection to steer you forward, not let them capsize your boat. Rejection, in the Stoic view, is not a roadblock. It's a detour sign pointing you toward new paths and possibilities. By embracing detachment, you shift your focus from the rejection itself to the new opportunity at hand. Engage in activities that enrich your spirit and broaden your horizons. Pick up a book that challenges your thinking, dive into a sport that tests your limits, or volunteer for a community project. These aren't just distractions, they're stepping stones to self-discovery and growth. Every new experience carves out a part of you, making you more resilient and adaptable. Cultivate a circle of positivity. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Share your aspirations and listen to theirs. Such interactions create an environment where mutual growth thrives. Remember, rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It's an invitation to rediscover and reinvent yourself. As you continue on this journey, you'll realize that what once seemed like a painful rejection was actually a nudge toward a more fulfilling path. You didn't just survive the rejection, you thrived because you used it to fuel your growth and self-discovery. Lesson 4. Demonstrate your value. Rejection stings, but instead of letting it weigh you down, use it as a litmus test for your resilience. When you're overlooked, rather than allowing that to shrink your confidence, view it as an opportunity to reveal your grit. Stoicism teaches us that our value is not diminished by others' oversight. Instead, it provides us the chance to demonstrate our worth through action. Next time you're overlooked in a meeting or passed over for a promotion, take a moment to pause. Instead of brewing a storm of self-pity, channel your energy into something constructive. Work on a project that showcases your skills, or take the initiative to lead something new. Your value doesn't decrease just because someone failed to recognize it. Instead of giving into bitterness, use rejection as a springboard to display your true potential. Remember the saying, "When one door closes, another opens," is not idle chatter. It's a blueprint for action. If you're passed over for a role or opportunity, maybe it's the universe nudging you towards something more aligned with your talents. This shift in perspective can help you reassess your path. What are your strengths? How can you pivot to make the most of them? This isn't about forcing success through external validation. It's about creating your success story. Each setback is simply a setup for a comeback. By embracing this Stoic approach, you focus on what you can control, your actions, your response, and your growth. Take the opportunity to prove your value not just to others, but to yourself. Lesson 5. Cut off contact. Silence can be one of the most powerful tools in your emotional toolkit, especially when dealing with rejection. It's natural to feel the urge to reach out or try to fix things when you've been ignored or turned down. But the Stoic approach teaches us to embrace silence, not as a means to provoke or manipulate, but as a way to protect our inner peace and regain our power. When you choose not to react, not to bombard someone with messages or calls, you're taking a step back to recalibrate. You're reminding yourself that your self-worth isn't tied to someone else's acknowledgement. Silence isn't passive, it's active and strategic. It allows you to reflect, refocus, and remember your worth without seeking approval. This is a boundary you set for yourself, one that reflects your confidence and emotional strength. By embracing this Stoic mindset, you aren't chasing someone's approval. Instead, you're reinforcing your sense of self-worth. This doesn't mean being cold or unkind. It means drawing the line where your emotional energy should be invested in yourself. It's about demonstrating to others that you're not easily swayed by external validation. In a world where instant responses are expected, your silence can be intriguing and even attractive. It shows that you have a full and meaningful life outside of the need for constant approval. By choosing silence, you're giving yourself time to process and realign, strengthening your inner peace and becoming more grounded in your values. Over time, this will shift your response to rejection from a knee-jerk reaction to a calm, composed, and rational approach that protects your mental space and fosters personal growth. Lesson 6. Prove them wrong. The art of using rejection isn't just about proving others wrong, but proving to yourself what you're truly capable of. It's about turning rejection into fuel for personal growth. Think about it. If someone doubts your abilities or says no to your ideas, that's an opportunity to sharpen your skills. The key here is to invest in your development. Don't do it to prove others wrong, but to surpass your own limitations. Dedicate time to learn, practice, and improve. You don't need to announce your progress or seek validation from others. Let your actions speak louder than any words. When you demonstrate your capabilities, your work will reveal the truth of your potential. If someone labels you as uncreative, for example, then embark on a project that allows you to showcase your creativity. If you're told you're uncommitted, then show up with consistent quality efforts. It's not about a grand reveal, but about quietly building your confidence and competence. This isn't just about changing others' minds, it's about redefining your own self-image. By focusing on your own growth, you break free from the judgments and opinions of others. You don't need their validation to know your worth. The Stoic perspective here is clear. Rejection is simply a redirection, a detour that nudges you toward the right path. The Stoics teach us that every setback is a setup for a comeback. With each challenge, we have the opportunity to refine our approach and build resilience. It's not just about overcoming rejection, it's about using it to fuel your personal transformation and achieving greatness on your own terms. Lesson 7. Go out and have fun. Life's true essence shines brightest when we step outside our comfort zones. Embracing joy is not just a way to cope with rejection, it's a strategic move to build resilience. When faced with rejection, the typical reaction is to withdraw and stew in the bitterness. But here's the twist. Counter that instinct by deliberately seeking out joy. This isn't about ignoring your feelings, it's about giving them a new playground. Whether it's exploring a new hobby, revisiting an old passion, or simply hanging out with friends, the act of engaging with life becomes a form of defiance against the weight of rejection. Humans are social creatures, and there's immense power in shared experiences. In your journey to leverage rejection, remember the value of your tribe. Invite friends for a hike, join a community project, or simply share a meal. These moments of connection do more than just lift your spirits. They reaffirm your place in the larger community. Each laugh shared, each story exchanged, is a reminder that you are more than the sum of your setbacks. Now, think about it. Rejection may feel like a closed door, but in reality, it opens up so many more possibilities. Try something new, a cuisine you've never tasted, a neighborhood you've never visited, or a workshop on a subject foreign to you. These aren't just distractions, they're opportunities for growth. Every new experience adds layers to your character, making you more adaptable and equipped to handle life's challenges. The key takeaway here is simple. The goal isn't to forget about rejection, it's to grow from it. Each no can become a stepping stone toward a richer, more vibrant life. Lesson 8. Build your social status. Imagine you're in a room, ignored, almost invisible. Here's where your hidden opportunity lies. Stoicism teaches us to turn moments of rejection into catalysts for personal growth. Instead of seeking validation, focus on self-enhancement and community involvement. This isn't about climbing a social ladder. It's about climbing your own ladder of self-development. Whether it's physical fitness, pursuing hobbies, or advancing in your career, these aren't just tasks. They're your tools to create a stronger, more resilient self. Now, think about sharing your journey. Not for applause, but for connection. When you talk about your interests or achievements, let it be a bridge to find like-minded souls. This isn't a strategy to gather followers. It's a genuine attempt to meet others who resonate with your journey. By volunteering or networking, you're not just adding lines to your resume, you're building meaningful relationships. This approach is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, where personal growth and contributing to the greater good are intertwined. Building your social status isn't about popularity, it's a journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Every step you take should be a step towards improvement, with a ripple effect that enhances the community around you. It's not about being seen, it's about seeing yourself grow and, in turn, helping others grow as well. This shift in perspective is crucial because, with a Stoic mindset, you begin to value personal growth over external validation. Rejection, then, becomes not a sign of failure, but a redirection to becoming the person you were meant to be. Lesson 9. Act as if they don't exist. When faced with someone who ignores you, sometimes the strongest response is a quiet one. It's not about being petty or cold, it's about respecting your own peace. If someone chooses to overlook you, let them. Don't waste your energy trying to catch their eye or spark a conversation. Instead, redirect your attention elsewhere. In social settings like a party, this could mean turning towards someone who values your company and starting a conversation with them. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't defined by someone else's acknowledgement. In the unavoidable intersections where you must interact with this person, maintain professionalism. Keep the conversation brief and to the point, avoiding personal depth. This isn't about showing them up, it's about showing up for yourself. By keeping it strictly business, you're not giving room for unnecessary drama. This approach helps you stay focused on what matters, keeping you grounded and unshaken by indifference. Ultimately, if the disregard continues, embrace the power of walking away. This isn't defeat, it's a strategic retreat. It's about understanding that your energy is better invested elsewhere in relationships and pursuits that bring you joy and growth. Choosing not to engage in a one-sided struggle doesn't just move you past the person, it moves you towards better opportunities and healthier interactions. Your response to indifference isn't a reflection of defeat, it's a testament to your strength and self-respect. Lesson 10. Give them the silent treatment. Choosing silence in the face of indifference isn't about getting the upper hand, it's about maintaining your dignity. Stoicism teaches us to use silence not as a means to provoke or manipulate, but as a tool for self-reflection and emotional mastery. When someone ignores you and you respond with silence, let that silence be a period of introspection. It's a time to understand your feelings, to sift through your thoughts, and to find clarity. This isn't about punishing the other person. It's about preserving your inner peace. In this silence, there's a profound opportunity for personal growth. It's not about shutting down, it's about opening up to yourself. Stoicism encourages us to use these moments to reflect on our virtues, our values, and how we want to engage with the world. It's a chance to ask ourselves, why does this bother me? What can I learn from this? How can I grow? This kind of silence is constructive, not destructive. It's a moment to reinforce your character and align your responses with your principles. So if you choose to remain silent, let it be a conscious choice rooted in self-care and wisdom. It's a decision to avoid engaging in behaviors like manipulation, revenge, or pettiness. Instead, it's embracing Stoicism's call for temperance and self-control. By choosing not to respond, you're not just ignoring someone else, you're attentively listening to yourself. It's a practice in maintaining your composure, focusing on your personal journey, and embodying the Stoic ideal of serenity in the face of adversity. Lesson 11. Don't beg for attention. In the face of indifference, the Stoic way isn't to beg for attention. It's to anchor yourself in your own self-worth and independence. When someone ignores you, it's not a cue for you to perform louder for their gaze. Instead, it's an opportunity to turn inward and reaffirm your own value. Stoicism teaches us that our self-esteem shouldn't be a pendulum swayed by others' attention. It's about being firm in your own self-regard, knowing that your worth isn't up for negotiation. Engage in your passions and pursuits with a heart full of self-sufficiency. It's not about showing off to make someone realize what they're missing. It's about realizing for yourself what you bring to the table. Indulge in activities that fulfill you, connect with people who appreciate you, and cultivate a life that makes you proud. This isn't a passive act, it's a vibrant, active embrace of your own life. It's about being so involved in your own growth and happiness that the need for outside validation starts to fade away into irrelevance. So rather than chasing after fleeting attention, invest in yourself. Build a life that you're content with, independent of how others perceive it. Let your confidence and self-assurance be a byproduct of your personal development and achievements, not a show put on for an audience. This Stoic approach isn't just about dealing with rejection, it's about transcending it. By focusing on what truly matters, your own journey of growth and fulfillment, you turn rejection into an opportunity to strengthen your resolve and deepen your understanding of self-worth. Lesson 12. Be kind but emotionally distant. Even when faced with indifference, choose to respond with kindness, but keep your emotional world fortified. This isn't about being cold, it's about protecting your inner peace. When someone ignores you, it's natural to feel hurt or frustrated. However, Stoicism teaches us to greet such moments not with emotional turbulence, but with a composed heart. Offer a smile, a polite greeting, or a simple wish for a good day, but do so without the weight of expectations. Your kindness is a gift, not a transaction. Maintaining emotional distance isn't about building walls, it's about drawing lines. It's understanding that while you can control your actions, you cannot control how others respond. This distance is not a sign of weakness, but a mark of strength and self-respect. It's a conscious choice not to let someone else's actions dictate your emotional state. By staying kind yet detached, you're saying, I choose not to let your indifference upset my balance. This approach doesn't just protect you, it empowers you. It's a powerful embodiment of Stoic wisdom, a balance that allows you to interact with grace while standing firm in your own emotional integrity. It's a demonstration of respect for yourself and others, and a testament to your maturity and understanding. This way, you navigate through life's rejections, not with bitterness or hurt, but with an unshakable sense of inner tranquility and dignity. Lesson 13. Don't reveal your struggle. When someone ignores you, the temptation to show your struggles can be overwhelming. However, Stoicism teaches us the art of maintaining our composure. It's not about pretending everything is fine. It's about internal resilience. Displaying that you're unaffected isn't a charade. It's a reflection of true inner stability. Continue with your life with the same vigor and determination as before. It's not a performance for others, but a testament to your own strength. This approach isn't about denying your feelings. It's about managing them in a way that maintains your dignity and self-respect. By continuing your life with confidence, you're not just showing others your strength, you're reminding yourself of it. It's a subtle but powerful way of asserting that your sense of self-worth is independent of others' opinions or actions. In essence, by not revealing your struggle, you're embracing the Stoic philosophy of emotional resilience. This isn't about hiding your emotions. It's about managing them in a way that keeps you grounded in your character, showing that you're not swayed by external circumstances. Your response to rejection is not just for the world to see, but also for yourself. It's a mirror reflecting your own fortitude and stability.